You keep searching, reaching, dreaming, wishing, praying. But the life you want, the one you see in flashes behind your closed eyelids late at night, that life is not far away. It's not hiding behind some curtain of destiny. It's not locked in someone else's vault. It's already there, waiting, ready, shaped in full color, and screaming your name in silence. But it will not come closer, not until you pay the price. This is not a game of chance. This is not about luck. This is about law. The law of cause and effect, the law of sowing and reaping, the law that has governed every breakthrough, every fortune, every revolution of the human spirit. You want freedom, but are you willing to sacrifice comfort? You want abundance, but do you reject discipline? You say you want greatness, but are you still waiting for permission? The truth is harsh, but it is holy. The life you want does not arrive when you beg for it. It arrives when you bleed for it. Not from pain, but from purpose, from obsession, from relentless devotion to become the kind of person who can carry that life without crumbling under its weight. Understand this. Every person who ever built something massive, Walt Disney, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, Harriet Tubman, Steve Jobs, none of them were chosen. They chose. They didn't wait for the world to hand them anything. They walked into the storm, sometimes crawling, sometimes alone, and built what didn't exist. Edison didn't invent the light bulb on attempt number 1. He failed 10,000 times. That's not an exaggeration, it's reality. When they mocked him, when they laughed, he kept going. Why? Because he had already seen the light before the world ever did. It existed in his mind. That was enough. He was willing to pay the price in full. But today, we want reward without risk. We want impact without effort. We scroll, we tap, we consume more than we create. And then we wonder why our lives feel hollow. The truth is, your future has already been written, but it's written in invisible ink. And it only becomes visible through action. Right now, you are standing on a battlefield, not of swords or guns, but a choice. And every moment you hesitate, every moment you delay, every time you let fear whisper you back into safety, you write another sentence in a life you don't want. That version of you, strong, focused, clear, wealthy, aligned, is not a fantasy. It's just on the other side of sacrifice. You must earn clarity through the fire of decision. You must earn confidence by walking through fear and doing it anyway. You must earn purpose by saying no to the 1,000 temptations that distract you from your calling. I'll ask you again. What are you willing to pay? Because nothing changes until something is traded. Your comfort for discipline. Your distractions for vision. Your excuses for results. You don't find your dream life. You build it. One decision at a time. One morning of rising early. 1 hour of focus. One courageous conversation. One day of saying, no more. This is who I am now. And when you do that, not once, but over and over, you start sending signals to the universe, to your subconscious, to every cell in your body, that you're no longer available for mediocrity, that you're no longer addicted to waiting. And then the world begins to shift. Doors open, people appear, opportunities arrive, not because they're new, but because now you're ready to see them. You're finally becoming the version of you that the life you desire has been waiting for. Stop chasing. Start transforming. Because the life you want isn't out there somewhere, but it's here, right now, waiting for the price to be paid. The price is not always money. In fact, it rarely is. The true price is far more sacred. It's your attention, your energy, your allegiance to growth when everything in you wants to rest. It's the decision to stay locked in when everyone else is checking out. It's the lonely hours, the invisible work, the patience to keep pouring water onto seeds that show no sign of sprouting. Yet, most people quit in that place. The silence after effort, the emptiness after trying, the space where nothing seems to be happening. But the masters, those rare few who bend reality to match their vision, they understand something the average person never learns. Success is a lagging indicator. What you see today is not the result of what you did yesterday. It's the result of what you planted weeks, months, sometimes years ago. The gym body you admire, months of sweat. The wealth you want, years of sacrifice and financial discipline. The confidence someone carries, built from walking through fires no one else saw. But you're still looking for signs. Still asking, where is it? Why isn't it here yet? Because you haven't yet learned the sacred rhythm of delayed harvest. Because you're still emotionally addicted to immediacy. Listen closely. If the life you dream of arrived the moment you wanted it, it would crush you. You wouldn't be ready. You haven't become the person who can handle it. This is why success comes slowly and then all at once. It's why breakthroughs feel like lightning strikes, but are really the result of hundreds of silent storms you endured without quitting. The person you admire, they bled for their confidence. They buried their old selves again and again. They silenced the inner voice that said this is too much and replaced it with this is who I am now. They paid in full. So, why do you keep searching for shortcuts? Why do you scroll through 5 easy steps while your soul is starving for real, raw, radical transformation? Napoleon Hill once said, "There's one quality which one must possess to win, definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. That fire, that's the beginning. But fire alone won't cook the meal. You need to tend that flame, feed it with clarity, guard it from distractions, and protect it from people who don't understand its heat. Purpose is not something you stumble across in the woods. It's forged like iron through friction, through resistance, through pressure, just like diamonds. And that friction, it's meant to refine you. The failures, the criticism, the long nights, they are not punishment. They are permission slips, invitations, proof that the universe is asking, how badly do you want this? Well, you keep going when no one claps for you. That's the price. The life you want is already yours in potential. But potential is the cruelest place to live. IT shows you what's possible, but never delivers unless you don't let your potential become your prison. Don't sit on the edge of greatness and refuse to pay the toll. Because while you're overthinking, someone else is executing. While you're waiting to feel ready, someone else is running headfirst into the storm. Not because they're better, not because they're braver, but because they decided. And that decision makes all the difference. You don't need another course, another guru, another motivational post. You need a threshold moment, a point of no return. The day you say, I am done bargaining with fear. I am done living beneath my capacity. I am done renting this life. I am here to own it because the clock is ticking. And regret is the most expensive currency there is. You will never regret being bold, but you will regret every day you played small. Every time you traded your future for momentary ease. The life you want is not hiding. It's waiting. Like a locked room with a door that only opens from the inside. You are the K-E-Y-S. Oh, the question remains. Will you pay the price?